What's up, folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood back with another exciting review. Today's review is going to be of this Star Wars The Black Series Jannah figure. Jannah? I can't remember how it's pronounced. I've only seen this horrible movie once, but that did not stop me from going out and getting this figure. I've had this figure for a while. You can tell it's pretty, the box is pretty beat. Black Series doesn't even come in this style of box anymore. They're in the more angled box. I miss these boxes. I think these boxes are perfect because you could stack them like that on a bookshelf, or you could just stack them like that. No matter how you put them, they're uniform. Whereas the angled boxes. I'm back. I was just interrupted with a phone call, but I'm here. You got my full undivided attention. Fortunately, I don't remember exactly what I was saying. So anyway, this figure is older. You can look on the bottom. I'll give you a barcode. I'm not sure how much use that's going to do you. I'm trying to figure out when this figure came out. And it's too many small letters there. I want to say 2019. So this is 5 years old, 4 years old at this point. Anyway, she's number 98 in the Black Series styling, again, in this type of box. Let's go ahead and read her write-up. It's Jannah. From an oceanic moon, Jannah leads a band of warriors ready to charge against the forces of the First Order. And if you couldn't tell, Jannah is a black woman. This is Black History Month. I am behind on my schedule with getting you guys videos, but here is a figure of a beautiful black woman with natural hair. And we're not going to talk anymore about the packaging. We're going to bust her out of her plastic prison. So as you saw in the packaging, Jannah has a few accessories. She's got 5 altogether. She has this holster here. Or not really a holster, but I guess it's more like a quiver for these arrows. There are 2 arrows. One is a single arrow. The other is a bunch of 3 or 4. Make it look a little more dynamic, but all of them can go in there like that. And we'll see how it fits on her in a second. She also has this pistol. This looks very like 1800s, 1700s, but it also looks like it's made out of bone. So maybe she scavenged this up from some creature or somebody at some point in the world of Star Wars. And it looks like it has a piece here to hook onto her. We'll find out about that. And then she has the bow for her arrows. And again, you see there is a strap here so it can be carried on her person, and then there is a hole here for how the arrows would fit on there. So I'm going to take the single arrow out and I'm going to put it in this hole, and it doesn't go all the way back to show like her pulling it, but it is pretty snug in there. And I'll pull this back out. Oh no, it does. It busts through. There we go. So we can have her however far she needs to pull it. And that's cool. I hope I can get it back out because it doesn't seem like it wants to come back out. It's in there, folks. And I was going to use it to show you this pistol, because the pistol has a hole, it looks like, for, but I could be wrong. No, because it's not going in there. I thought it had a hole. You can see there's a hole. It's just not as deep as I thought. So I didn't know how this worked. I thought maybe she held it like that. Again, I haven't seen the movie. I watched it like during the pandemic, I think. I wasn't a fan. It was the worst of the 3, and I already wasn't a fan of the trilogy, the sequel trilogy. She also has this cape, which I guess could count as an accessory. You pop her head off, you can get that off. That's the only way that's going to come off. Let's see, have her hold the pistol. So I guess this little thing looks like it clips onto her. Yep, there we go. It is the trigger. It's in her hand. So that's a neat little detail. Let's see how she would hold this. I'm assuming, And I know what they say about assuming. That if she holds on to this with her left hand, straighten that out. I'm trying to get this in a dynamic pose, and it's kind of hard with her articulation. There's no way. I'm going to just go ahead and say there's no way for her to do this and make it look good. There's just no... It's not there in terms of her articulation. It's just not a feasible thing, which, sucks. And it also sucks that this movie sucked and they'll never give us a better one. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on her. And that's her with the bow. And again, unfortunately, I can't get that arrow out. But she can carry it on her back like that. And she has a holster. Her gun could go in her holster. There we go. And the quiver, I guess, would also go on her back somewhere. So she can carry everything. It's not the best. I'm going to keep her gun in her pocket. I'm going to keep her gun holstered, rather. I'm going to take the bow off of her, and we're going to look at her. It's all being difficult. So yeah, there's her face. I did not look up the actor's name, so I do not have that information on me. So I can't really compare her to, what she looks like in real life. But she's got this hair, her natural hair, and it looks good. It's not an afro. You can see it's independent pieces. Well, it's supposed to mimic independent pieces as opposed to an afro, which is cool. She has this eyewear on her head. Looks like it has some blood on it. Maybe some paint. I'm thinking it might be paint because she also has the same red markings down here on her right bicep. There's detail in this little silver silver sash. There's detail on her shirt underneath. There's detail on the brown shirt. Detail in the pants. And again, this is an older figure, but you see it a lot of times with like Marvel Legends, which are also made by Hasbro, where their clothing just looks like skin-tight outfits. There's no wrinkles, but whereas this is actual clothing. The cape she has on is kind of translucent, almost. Like you can see this, my finger behind it. I don't remember what it looked like in the movie, but it looks good. There's a lot of detail on it. It has a hood. It can't go on her head, but you can see that the cape itself or the cloak itself has a hood. I think the figure looks good. She has this thing on her belt. Again, I would have to do some research to remember what that is. But let's just say this is her communication. I don't know. She also has this gauntlet on her left wrist and forearm. And on her right wrist and hand, she has the guard for using her bow and arrow. So this is the pulling in. You see that with Hawkeye in the Avengers. And you see it with archers in real life. They just have those on their hands. I've never shot a bow, really, other than a toy. She has these shoes. She has these Nike Jesus slides. They're red. They're baller. Peg holes at the bottom, along with, where she's from, who made her, what specific slave in whichever factory made her. Let's go over her articulation. For her head, it rotates 360. Goes very little to the side. It looks better on camera than it does in real life. That's as far back as it's going to go. That's as far down, so not much at all. Her arms come out that much. So almost a complete T. But they rotate 360 at the bicep. They have this weird articulation at the elbow. It's a single joint articulation. And the reason why I'd say it's weird is because of just the way the cut is, the way the actual joint is. It's really large. so it sticks out. But this rotation here isn't new. We've seen figures with that. And she also has wrist articulation on her left hand. It's a horizontal hinge, and on her right hand, it is a vertical hinge. And as you can see here, mine has this blemish. I was going to say, unless she has a birthmark on her, but you can see I'm peeling it away. It's not going to come off completely. Her legs, I'm going to take the gun out of the holster just in case that prohibits the full range. And I don't think it would have. That's what she does. She can kick forward that much. She can kick back that much, and she has double jointed knees, so she can kick her lower back. Her foot won't reach her butt, but she can kick her lower back, pretty much the middle of her back. I don't know how anatomically correct that is. She has thigh cut. It allows you to rotate her thighs 360. Again, we did the knee. And she also has forward-facing pin. It allows all that rotation in the ankle. So let me bust out this measuring tape because I still have not located my gosh darn ruler. So she is, as you can see, from what I can see, 5 3/4. She's a pretty, she's average height, I suppose. I don't think she's tall. I don't think she's short. But we're going to bust out the review crew, starting with the ladies, and we'll see how she fares from there. So here is Andra from Masterverse Mattel, and here is Vixen. Both of them are rocking their natural hair, so that's 3 lovely ladies with natural hair. 3 chocolate sisters with natural hair. I'm loving it. And Jannah is going to be shorter than both of them. Let's bust out another Star Wars character. And in my Star Wars universe, she's actually going to be this character's sister, Lando Calrissian. Again, black man, chocolate black man with natural hair. That's played by Donald Glover. And then we have Lucio, who is, not a real person. But he has natural hair as well. He has the dreadlocks. So there you go. She's shorter than both of them. Her hair gives her the same height as Donald's character, as Lando. Next up is going to be, everybody's got natural hair today, Killmonger and the Red Ranger. She is shorter than both of them, and this Killmonger also has braids. So, yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, it's not too much. Black people, especially black men, can do their hair to not have natural hair, but black women sometimes have weave, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that this figure doesn't, and neither do the other 2 female figures. Now we have Titus O'Neil, who is towering over her, and I don't think that's an accurate height comparison in real life. And then we also have Winston Zeddemore, who she is taller than. Both her hair and her head, her eye level look to be maybe a little bit shorter than his, but I'm going to go ahead and give her the credit for being taller. Last up, we have John Jones, another real person, and that's probably a more accurate representation. I'm not sure. He's like 6'4" in real life, so that might not be. And then Roadblock. And Roadblock's obviously taller than both of them. Roadblock is the second tallest figure in the review crew. Anyway, folks, it's Black History Month. I'm wilding out on Black History Month. I'm bringing you black action figures getting reviewed every Monday and Wednesday. This video is being made on Wednesday, so it's about to be hella late because I'm moving on CPT time. It's not on purpose. CPT time. That's like an ATM machine. I'm moving on CPT. That's not intentional. It just happens to coincide with Black History Month. I am letting the culture down. But it is what it is at this point. I love myself, so I'm going to forgive myself. And I love you, and I hope you love yourself, and you're forgiving yourself as well. That's it, folks. Action figures speak louder than words.